Hello guys, today I went to my local sports store to buy some new shoes, but of course I ended up with just a new flashlight. So the flashlight that I bought is this Nitecore EC11 and I paid around $45 locally here in Norway. Of course you can get them cheaper on the internet, but I don't really want to wait 2 or 3 weeks to receive it. And the reason I think that it was on sale in the sports store is either because this is an outgoing model or they are not going to sell Nitecore anymore, or it was because it was they had bought too many of them, because there was a lot of them in the store. I think this flashlight here was released in 2016, but I think that the technology have not been the updates for newer flashlights are not that big, so this here is still a good buy in my opinion. It also got a red light, so you can either use it for mounting it on the back of your bicycle, or red is also like the color that makes this the easiest to read, or it doesn't affect your night vision, so it's probably going to be able to handle some low light situations, or situations that you won't need too much light, just reading a book or something like that. The maximum performance is 900 lumens, and it's coming from a Cree XML-L2 LED diode. It's a really proven diode that you find in a lot of different flashlights, LED bars, LED bulbs, and yeah, everywhere. And a maximum, I think one of those diodes can output 1000 lumens or 1100 or something like that in laboratory settings. And yeah, max beam distance 190 meters. It's also fairly long, and the beam distance is also fairly wide, that I will show you later. Max run time 12 hours. Beam intensity in the brightest there 9000 candela, and that is how you get the beam distance as well. Impact resistance 1.5 meters, and waterproof down to 2 meters. So as you can see here, it's actually really small, and it's cool that they can pack 900 lumens into this one. You got 2 buttons here on the top. It's like the standard menus that you got on Nitecore. I really like the menu systems on Nitecore in general, and the only competitor that I think makes it better is of course Imlent, because of their OLED screen. And here we can see the Cree XML-L2 diode. It's the same kind of diode you find in a lot of other stuff, and there's also a lot of fakes out there as well. And also you can see that the red LED is in there, and it doesn't affect the beam pattern at all. I can't really see anything different. But it also got that orange peel reflector to get it spread out a little bit more. But overall, nice construction. You also got a clip, and you got this nice strap here, and you also get some new rubber seals. But keep in mind, you also need a charger to actually be able to recharge the batteries. In the modern version, you probably want an internal battery recharging circuit with a micro USB. That is why this is getting fairly old and probably being replaced by another. So I don't really like the clip here. You can probably use it to attach to your pants, but if you're wanting to put it on caps, you actually need to have this the other way around, and then all of the spring thing here will stick out. And also when you turn it to unlock the battery, the clip will catch on everything that it's coming against, on the buttons and the overall construction, so that's a little bit annoying. When you are going to get it on, it's also, you have to bend it back to get it on, so that is maybe a little bit of a design flaw. And also on the inside here, you actually got a plastic spacer here that you actually need to be able to house the battery, because the overall dimension of the tube here is actually wider than the battery. And on the box I don't find any information of other batteries that you can use than the CR123 or like the non-rechargeable version of it, so I'm not sure why it was made like that. So here we can see OLED S1 Batoon, which also using the same diode, but they use like a total internal reflection lens, so the beam pattern is a little bit different, and you can see also that it's smaller, so it's actually only able to put out 500 lumens, and since it's smaller, the run time on the highest setting or the same settings will also be worse on the OLED. And here we can see an Imlant DN70 and the S2 Batoon. So these two flashlights here, the EC11, are like what people call everyday carrier, or yeah. I see myself that I could carry one of these in my jacket at all times. Not that I do it, but the size of it makes it possible. And one of these flashlights here is something that I would probably use if I'm going to go out and need some light. Then I will pick up one of these. But this one here you can have in your jacket or maybe pants, but I don't really like to have things in my pants. I'm not that guy that's using big military pants and stuff like that, so yeah. So I'm in my basement, and as you can see now I'm using the red light, and what you can see is maybe a half a meter in front of me, so it's not really bright enough to use on the outside, but if you're going to read something in the car or something like that, it will work perfectly. And now I will turn on the normal white LED and you will see the difference. So yeah, you can see the difference there. Looking at the beam pattern, the EC11 here is on the right, and then we have the S1 Batoon on the left. And since the S1 Batoon is using a TER reflector, the light is like more focused in the middle and really evenly spread. The reflector on the EC11 puts a lot of light in the middle for good throwing distance, and then it's got like the OP texture on the side that throws the light a little bit out on the side. But as you can see, the EC11 will throw it much longer than the OLED. But the OLED got a thicker spread to it. Excuse me for the sound, but you can probably hear me. But it's not completely dark already, but as you can see, the EC11 will give you a fair bit of throwing distance. You can already see that on the beam pattern there. It looks really nice in my opinion. And I think this beam pattern is going to be perfect for what I need it for. Long distance and a little bit of spread as well, which is really nice for a small flashlight like this. So here you can see the Nitecore EC11. It's really hard to see because of all the fog though, but you can see there is a fair amount of punch to this light. Yeah, really hard to see on the camera. Maybe find another place. I also measured the running time on the highest setting. I'm not sure if they tell you that on the box somewhere, I don't think so. But the first minute you run it on 900 lumens, it's going to lose 10% in 1 minute. and then it's going to go a further 2 minutes, and then it drops down to 40% of power. I'm not sure if it's because of a heat sensor inside of here or if it's just a timer, but it is to save the diode, and this was in room temperature. But overall, I think this is a really good flashlight that packs a lot of power in a really compact format or a really compact size. So I'm going to use it, of course, and I could recommend it. But as I said earlier, this is an older flashlight, not all, but it got a little bit older technology, so therefore it got some drawbacks.